r/AskReddit by Laugh with Mims. What small thing pisses you off more than usual? People who act like they are more important than everyone else when getting off a flight. People who lose all common courtesy while traveling. Holy f***. This reminds me of this one time I came home from a business trip. This lady just cuts me off and starts explaining how she should be able to cut me off to get off the damn plane first. It's like, bitch, I don't care. Just stop talking. You don't need to explain to me why you need to cut me off. Especially if you're going to take 10 minutes to explain to me why you need to get off the plane first. Like if you had just said, explosive diarrhea. Out of my way. That would have been more effective, whether it was true or not, and people would get it. When your curtain leaves a tiny gap letting a ray of sunshine penetrate your eyeballs. It's always aimed directly at your pillow too. My cats like to get in the window and the sun pierces my eyeballs before the alarm goes off. People not letting people off the subway or out of elevators. Getting off the subway, I just keep walking through them while yelling I have to get out before you get in. That's how this works. And it usually helps. I just stare at them and keep walking out. Works most of the time. The only time that happens is on school day mornings and it's like 6th graders pushing in. When I see some just leave their shopping cart in the lot when they are right next to the cart return. Was out with my girlfriend a while back and I watched a stray cart get hit by wind and barrel straight into someone's passenger door. Wouldn't have happened if someone put their cart away properly. I saw an abandoned cart attempt a sick jump all by itself once. I was eating lunch in my car one day in the parking lot when I noticed a cart out in the middle of the empty side of the parking lot chilling by itself. There was a big autumn windstorm starting to roll in that day. Suddenly a gust of wind hit the cart and it came to life. The thing started rolling faster and faster. It was probably going at least pretty fast miles per hour. Oh man, I hope that doesn't hit someone's car. That's when I noticed it was rolling towards the garden center parking lot. There were random pallets of largish outdoor items and stacks of things like cinder blocks and paving stones over there. There was a big sale sign, I'd say about 3 feet by 4 or 5 feet, that was fallen over and leaning at a shallow angle on a pallet. I have to admit I was rooting for cart now. Crom. I have never prayed to you before. I have no tongue for it. No one, not even you, will remember this cart. How it rolled, or why. All that matters is that today, one cart rolled free, while others were corralled. That's what's important. Valor pleases you, Crom, so grant me one request. Please guide the winds, so that this cart might make a bomb mass jump using that sign as a ramp. And if you do not listen, then to hell with you. The cart seemed to steer, as if guided by divine intervention towards the sign ramp. It went up the ramp, and promptly fell off the other side, and toppled onto its side. My eyes widened, and I spoke under my breath. Crom. People who stand in front of exits/entrances having a conversation. Right there. Blocking the way. Blocking the aisle in a grocery store is equally infuriating, especially when they are standing in front of something you need. When I was 14, this miserable old couple was standing in the middle of an aisle with their cart right beside them, taking up almost the entire width of the aisle. I needed to get by, so I said, "Excuse me, I just got to sneak by." They just scoffed at me and went back to their bitching about the prices. I went to sneak my cart by them, and I bumped their cart a little bit accidentally. They got mad and the woman went off about how this damn younger generation is so disrespectful. Your mother should be ashamed in how she raised you. I told them to cry me a river and the woman lost her mind. She told her husband someone needs whip that little bastard's ass. Can you believe the nerve? The husband just snapped enough at her and she gasped like he just slapped her. I may have caused a divorce, ha 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 ha. I saw a woman doing this the other day on her phone. I stood next to her for a few seconds, let loose the fart I'd planned to release outside, and went on my way. Obligatory edit, thanks for the silver. I'm so glad my flatulence is worthy of recognition. I'm so proud of you, man. Chivalry isn't dead. Getting home after being out all day, taking off my pants, shoes, etc. and then having to go back out for something stupid. Once my wife takes her bra off for the day, it engages a 12-hour emotional lockdown, where she wouldn't step outside for a herd of the world's cutest puppies giving away gold bars. I agree. Once the bra comes off, I will not leave the house. That signifies that the day is over. The ceremonial removal of the bra is sacred. Which is why I always bellow out "release the krakens" as my wife begins the removal process. Silver. Thank you. I'm happy this was so well received. I have seriously been doing that every day for 25 plus years. It got old to my wife a while ago. People continuing to explain something to me after I've said I know at least thrice. My old roommate was a really heavy drinker, and he'd always go into the same collection of stories when he was trashed. You've told me this did nothing. He'd still tell the entire story. After 2 years, there were stories I'd literally heard 8 to 12 times. It was a relief to move. People who always try to one-up your situation. Tell them you've got a cold, and they'll respond, "I've had pneumonia for 10 years." Or some shit. My sister dated a guy like this for a few years. It was so anytime I described something happening to me, he'd always come up with something one-up my story. I started calling him One-Up Pete. I really hated when people two-up my situations. Two-upping? That's nothing. I gotta deal with getting 3-upped constantly. You ever been 4-upped? I get it all the time. Grocery store shoppers that leave their cart in the middle of the aisle so no one can pass by as they bend over to read labels. They seem oblivious to others trying to get by and don't take the hint when a shopper makes a sound to get their attention. That's when you ram their cart. That's when you ram the person. The type of people who can never just admit they screwed up. Doesn't matter how small the mistake is. When confronted, they always have an excuse or a story. Just say "I'm sorry" and move on. I don't need an essay on why you did what you did. It's not that big of a deal. I know someone that refuses to ever accept they were wrong, let alone apologize for it. They are infallible, and it's so frustrating. Safe to say we don't talk much anymore. Any sticker that you can't peel off in one piece. Absolutely infuriating. Mine is specific to books. Stop putting Yagros ass stickers on my $30 book. Even worse when you get the fake stickers. Hate them. Not covering your damn mouth when you cough or sneeze. Or when adults cough or sneeze directly into their hands, then don't wash or sanitize. They should know better. I sneeze into elbow when at work and home. Edit. I'm not joking. I do. I sneeze directly into my hole. My mucus is no one's problem but my own. I have so many questions right now, and I'm pretty sure I don't want to know the answer to any of them. Birds that fly in front of cars. You have the whole sky, damn it. Those squirrels that sit near the road and dart across the moment you get there but instead decide to live at the last second and turn back. You think you're safe and continue on only for them get confused, turn back around, and die on accident anyway. People walking 10% slower than you in front of you while you have no opportunity to pass them, or the group of 4 to 5 people who walk in a damn formation so that no one shall them too. Banana threads. You know those tiny cords between the banana and its skin? I find them revolting despite liking the fruit itself. It's like eating hair. Just the thought of it makes me want to vomit. I have yet to meet someone who shares my utter disgust for that wiry filth. Hello there, fellow banana thread haters. Please like and subscribe for more. This is Laugh with Mims. Goodbye.